Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Credit Dude, owner and founder of Got Credit. And I wanted to take the time today to pretty much give you a little bit of information on this article that I came across. And, I want to let you know what's really going on in the car market and why people are getting stuck pretty much with bad auto loans. And I think that this is a problem that I can foresee happening for months and even years, because it's not so much the market that needs to be corrected. Also, there does need to be a little bit of money that gets spent where people are able to get out of this situation. So right now it says nearly 1 in 3 car buyers are underwater. What this means is that you might owe $30,000 on an auto loan, and the car's only worth like $20,000 to $25,000. So you're in the hole about $5,000 to $10,000, and this is going to be a problem. I think that a lot of people might not realize that, okay, I'm making a car payment right now. It's not that big of a deal, late here and there. But over time, what's going to happen is the car value and the depreciation of those cars are going to keep going down. So unless you're throwing more money and unless you're putting even a bigger down payment down the road, it's not really going to correct itself unless you're just going to bite the bullet, go full term with the car you have right now and just keep making the payment. Because what's happening is, it's right here. So I want to show you this article. Okay. It says 30%. So 1 in 3. So 30% of people, pretty much what they're doing is when they're buying a car and they're turning their car in and they want to trade it in, 30% of those people have negative equity. Okay. And it's a problem because the car market a few years ago was a little crazy. I myself purchased cars that were through the roof. Okay. And the thing is it says right here, the average price of a new car. Okay. Actually, the average amount owed in trade-in is about $7,200. Okay, so that's all-time high. I mean, it's fourth quarter 2025. So right now we're at the end of the first quarter in 2026. So to have pretty much your average car that's being traded in, that the negative equity is $7,000 to $10,000, that means you got to come out of pocket sometimes 10 to 15, because you got to bury the negative equity, plus you got to put your down payment down. So because if not, what's happening is the debt that you're trading the car in, right? So like if you trade that $7,000 and let's say you don't have the $7,000 to $10,000 to put in the down payment, that is now being rolled over into another car. So now what's happening is you have the negative equity from the car you have that you're trading in, and then you have the negative equity from the car that you're going to be buying. So now you're at a double loss. And this happened to me years ago. Like when I got my first car, this happened to me. You know what I mean? I kept rolling negative equity into each car. And it's kind of like a cycle you can't really get out of unless you're throwing a lot of money at it to get out of it, or unless you get into a lease too. So it says right here that the average price of a new car is about $49,000. That is a lot. You know what I mean? That means your average price of a new car. So rather than getting a new car, get a car that's like 2020, 21, 22. You're going to see that they're like half the price. Okay. So you don't have to buy brand new. And if a lot of these cars don't come with warranty, just go to CarShield. You'll be able to get a nice little package where, so God forbid something happens to the car, you'll be good. Okay. Because it's even saying that, the average, what people are doing is they're then taking that car that they were going to trade in, negative equity. Now they're getting 84-month terms, auto loans. Okay, so if you're doing a lease, this doesn't pertain. Okay, so I know a lot of people have, some people love leasing. They get a new car every few years. Some people want to just get an auto loan, get it over with in 5 to 6 years. But people are now even taking 7-year loans out, which is crazy. Okay, the norm before was just 5. Now it's actually 7 years. Okay, so I wanted to show you right here where it said the average car payment, here it is, the average car payment for rolled in negative equity is $916. That is over a $50,000 car, no down payment. So that means that you're getting a $20,000, $30,000 car, $40,000 car, your negative equity. Now you're pretty much driving a brand new car, but because maybe you have negative items in your credit report, you didn't pay off your car, on time every month. Maybe you have some high balances and collections. The interest rate is just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And just a while ago, I had made a video that the average car payment was $772. for a car payment to be $772 and now for it to be over $900, it shows you that it's going to be a little bit before this gets corrected. Next thing you know, it's going to be $1,000, $1,500, right? We want to try to avoid that. Okay, so with this article, it's pretty cool because I was like, I made a video about this on Instagram. So if you want to head over to my Instagram, The Credit Dude, you can check it out. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you can correct this and how you can fix this to not happen again. Number one is make double payments if you can, right? Make a little bit more. So strategy that I have is, let's say your car payment is $567. Every month, get used to paying $600. So my thing was always round to the nearest hundreds when you're trying to pay off a car, especially having negative equity. So if your car payment is $437, still pay $500. If your car payment is $712, pay $800. If your car payment is $768, pay $800, right? So you get my drift here, right? And if you can't do the 100, then do the 50. So if your car payment's $712, pay $750. Your car is $767, pay $800, right? Pay increments of 50 or 100, because that little bit extra every month, over time, it is going to make a difference. I can tell you that it is going to make a difference over time. So just to make sure that you're doing everything possible. Okay, now some of the things you can do if your car is a large payment that you can't handle every month, think of, things that you could do to rent it out. You could rent it privately. You can put it on Turo. You can do Uber, Lyft. You could do several things where you can rent it out depending on the car it is. Remember, there is going to be maintenance, obviously, if it's getting wear and tear on it. So just be careful with that. You don't want to put yourself in a hole. All right. But just be careful. I really like this article. This is my first time doing this on YouTube, where I'm able to share a screen and share some of the things that you guys could be looking out for. You know what I mean? And when you're getting a car, the main thing you want to make sure is that, okay, does it have high mileage? The car is really cheap, but it has high miles. Am I going to be having a problem with this car in a few years? Okay, so a lot of websites out there, guys, car gurus, local dealerships. Okay, there's a lot of auto brokers on the internet that you guys can connect with. But I would say the biggest thing is there's Carvana, there's CarMax. There's so many research for cars. But I can tell you that the main thing you want to do is not overextend yourself, because it might seem like it's a good car now, but in 3 to 4 years, when your financial situation changes, what's going to happen? Okay, so you want to make sure that you're doing everything possible to not put yourself in a situation in 3 years, okay, that you're going to have to either get a repossession, you can't afford the car payment anymore, and then you're taking that car, burying it. So I know that there's ways that you can bury the car into a lease, if the lease has certain rebates, and it can, give you down payment assistance or whatever the case is. So just be careful, guys. And if you need help with your credit, you can go to our website, www.gotcredit.com. I'll have the link below where you can go on our website. We'll help you with your credit. We'll help you pretty much pay debt down. We'll guide you on how to pay that debt down. Okay, we'll advise you on what cars to pay for and things like that. So that way you can put yourself in a better position. I always say, unless your credit score is like in the 700 plus, try to bite the bullet on getting a car, because even getting a 12 to 13% interest rate versus a 7 or 8% interest rate, you're going to be paying a little bit more. Okay, so try to do everything you can to pay your debt down. And one of the things that we like to do, hey, before you go to the dealership, maybe you have nothing negative. Before you go to the dealership, run your credit. See where you're at. We do love Identity IQ, so make sure you head over to gotcreditmonitoring.com. That link is going to be below too, to where you can check your credit. You can see what's on there. You can make sure your balances are paid down before you apply. You don't want the dealership to be the person that runs your credit when you're buying a car. You don't want any surprises. And of course, you could always go to a bank, a credit union, and get pre-approved. But the biggest thing is getting a car that's not going to have tons of negative equity down the road. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this. I want to make a lot more content like this, so that way I can kind of educate you guys on what to look out for, things that you should be doing on your own, preventative. A lot of this is preventative maintenance. You know what I mean? A lot of it is, okay, you could Google, like, what's the depreciation on a Honda Civic versus the Honda Accord versus a BMW versus the, a Lexus ES350, like, right? You can look all that up. Do your research. See what holds the best value, which has the most maintenance. You don't want your car to pretty much be something that annoys you every single month. You want to drive in style. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. But you also don't want to make sure you also want to make sure you're not driving and putting yourself in a really, really bad spot. All right, guys. So like I said, let me know what you guys think about this article. I thought this article was pretty cool. The numbers are crazy because they just keep going up. Like I said, a few months ago, the average car payment was $774, and now $772. Now it's $916. So All right, guys. And also make sure you follow my channel. This is The Credit Dude. Make sure you subscribe. You hit that notification bell. So that way, every time I drop videos like this, you can not only get educated, but ask questions about this, right? I would love to answer any questions you have regarding any of the information that I'm posting. All right, guys. Peace.